Okay, first of all, we started. Lights weren't on.
We were already fighting.
And arguing.
In a bad mood because I feel fat.
Renae said she felt so. Just to catch you up on the stuff that we didn't record that I thought was funny, but I can't recreate it.
Steve made a fat joke and it
that's
fell
not
flat.
what happened.
Renae fell flat.
Renae said that she felt fat, and I said, "You don't feel fat." And then she said, "I'm trying to look festive." I said, "Well, it looks like I could have a picnic on that." And then I said, "There's plenty to eat." And Renae did not think it was funny, but I thought it was hilarious. And I didn't want you guys to miss out on that moment. That might be the cherry to pick right there. We're so excited. We are a huge part of Pick Cherries. Do us a favor, please. It costs you nothing to download it. Download Picked Cherries and listen to podcasts like never before. And by the way, those of you that hate the ads, Pick Cherries when you listen is no ads. So check that out. And then just to get it out of the way, I got another challenge coin from a veteran.
Oh, this is you know what? I saw this in your suitcase when I was throwing the laundry in. I didn't flip it over. I didn't realize they're usually all like circles. This one's crazy.
So, yeah, I got one a couple weeks ago, so I feel bad that I didn't shout it out, but here it is. And I just want to thank you. It says VFA 143 Puckin' Dogs. I hope I got that right. And then it says Ask the Chief.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool. And it's going to go in my collection as the other ones do.
Yeah.
Right there. I'll put it down on the shelf. Organize it later. And then I am proud to say that I have my own challenge coins. And I just want to let everybody know that has already gotten a subscription. You are going to get the coffee first, and then we get your address because Renae and I have all the coins. We're trying to figure out a better system, but we will send you, once we get your address on your subscription, we will send you the beautiful...
You're holding it wrong.
Tell me what to do.
Give that to me like that. I've already gotten messages from people.
Holy crap, dude, look at my legs. Jeez Louise. Isn't that amazing? Go ahead.
No, I've already gotten messages from people who said they got their subscription and they can't wait to get their coin.
Yes, and remember, every bag of coffee that you buy, $1 goes to our veterans.
Oh, but they have to make sure to get the coin so we know that you heard about it from us. They have to put in the code Trevino 10. Otherwise, we won't know to send them a coin.
We won't know they won't know that it's from us. So Trevino 10, and then of course Aztec Chevrolet. If I was looking for a vehicle, where do I go? I don't know. Go to Aztec Chevrolet. So yes, once again, our beautiful, beautiful people in Beeville, Texas, Aztec Chevrolet, and they also have Aztec Ford. We don't really. We're not supposed to be talking about Aztec Ford because we are Aztec Chevrolet, but they do have Aztec Ford. So please, Aztec Chevrolet, Aztec Ford, give them a hit up. So let's get started. I'm very excited.
Are you?
Well, 4th of July is my absolute
your
favorite.
We've talked about this, yes.
But we've run into a couple of roadblocks that I'm kind of bummed out about.
What's that?
Well, first, Renae and we had a discussion about, okay, if we're going to do something big and crazy at our house, what is it going to be? And Renae picked Easter for her. We decided.
Picked Easter, yes.
And then we also decided that we would do something big with the family and friends for 4th of July.
Yeah.
But it got confusing because Peggy and Chris were going to have a 4th of July party. Renae convinced me, no, let's do something different. We'll go to, and by the way, we love them as neighbors. They become very, very good friends of ours.
It wasn't even just Peggy and Chris. It's that you want to do a Super Bowl party. You want to do an Easter party. You want to do a 4th of July party. And I said, hey, we have other friends and they want to host stuff too.
First of all,
I would like to go over to their house and enjoy stuff too.
Didn't want to do a Super Bowl party. There's a big difference between a get together and a party.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Big difference.
No, you full on said, decorate the barn. You wanted a Super Bowl party.
No. You turned it into a party, which is one of the jokes that I'm doing on stage now.
This year.
Oh, no, I know you did.
I went on strike this year for Super Bowl because I was like, nope, it was not on the calendar as a party.
Renae teaches lessons. I have never gone on strike against Renae, even though I disagree, or even though she does what she wants,
Maybe it's because I listen and honor your wishes and I'm respectful, so there's no reason to go on strike.
Do you really want to go there? With the honor your wishes? Because we'll get real deep and this podcast will go south real fucking quick. So let's not go there.
Let's stay on 4th of July and my picnic shirt, please.
Yes. I can't believe you wanted to go there, dude. Were you not thinking at all? Because we will go there. So...
I don't even know what you're referring to, but keep going. Keep going.
Keeping your promises?
Keep going. Keep
going.
Okay.
Renae makes promises and then doesn't have to. She gets what she wants, and then she makes a promise that, if I get this, I will do this, and then we get it, and then she doesn't even follow through with her promise. So let's not even go there. Second of all,
we'll save it for another episode.
4th of July, is my holiday. It is the holiday that I love. And I wanted to have a party. We thought, Renae goes, well, Chris and Peggy are having a thing. They just bought a new house. They want to go big. They would like us to be there. You're off. Can we then move things and be a part of that? So I agreed. And I said,
I didn't say move things. I said, hey,
let's be a part of that.
We chose Easter. Let's chill out for one.
Well, now Chris and Peggy are not having a party.
Because their pool is under construction.
And I am without my 4th of July party. And then one of my favorite things.
I'm sure the Trevinos would get an invite to another party. I don't think that's the issue. I don't think you were going to be partyless.
No, I wanted to do it at my house. I love my house. I work hard for my house. I never get to be at my house. I was hoping to have it at my house. So we are doing an impromptu get together now, but...
No, call it what it is. It is a Mexican redneck 4th of July party. We're going to have a trailer in the back. We're going to have a full house here. I will be amazed if we only end up with one trailer. We definitely have, at least right now, we're at least 25 people. And that's with no party.
So to all the family that's coming, I bet you feel real welcome now after watching this episode.
I just said it's going to be a party, but it's going to be a Mexican redneck 4th of July.
It is a get-together. There's a difference. So we're having to, scramble. No invitations went out like for Renae's Easter party. No RSVPing. No plans for bouncy houses or anything. No,
because people are going to be here for like 5 or 6 days. I am not a catering company.
I know, and she's going to go on strike, and we are going to fight. I assure you.
Not people can figure out their food over the 6-day period. I don't need to have 3 meals for 5 days, 6 days, however long people are coming.
You're right, Renae. You're the best, and I'm the worst. What was I thinking? Anyway, I'm bummed out because Comal County, where we live, is doing a burn ban because it's been so dry, and has basically said that we cannot do fireworks. So not only do I not get a party, I don't get fireworks. So,
but will the city have fireworks, I wonder? Even though there's a burn ban? How does that work? I don't know the specifics of burn ban laws.
A storm did roll through last night, and we did get tons and tons of water. There's a possibility it's going to rain again today, and a possibility it's going to rain again tomorrow. So I'm hoping that if the rain does hit us
between now and then,
that they'll lift the ban. Is my hope.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll see. I mean, I love 4th of July. I'm super excited to spend time with my friends and family and then argue with my wife at night. I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. Renae's going to get annoyed about something and go and pout in her room and teach me a lesson. I'm not cleaning or something's going to happen. But
it's a lot
very
of work.
excited.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. And so is Easter. And being married to you is a lot of work. But I do it. I never go on strike. I never get mad. I never get grumpy.
You just leave for 3 days every week.
Unfortunately, I do, yes. And I'd rather be home with my family. I would rather be home. So just to wrap up our week, Boston was amazing.
Yeah.
You could not have asked for better weather.
I saw you went out and did like touristy stuff while you were there.
I always do. I do all the... And I started to kind of post all the things, and then I was like, man, nobody cares. Like, I was posting on my...
There's no cute kids in your pictures.
I was posting on my stories about all the history and all the cool things that I was reading and checking out about American history and Paul Revere and the Revolution and the Tea Party and all the things that happened
Where did you go? What did you do? Did you do one of the city bus tour things, or what did?
No, I did. I walked almost all of Freedom Trail. So we did the I forget what it's called, the Maritime Museum. We did Paul Revere's house. We did the church where Paul Revere met, and one of the lanterns was lit. You know, we read about the guy that wrote the poem about Paul Revere, oneth by land and doeth, you know.
Yeah, okay.
And then we just walked Freedom Trail, did the Tea Party. Oh, by the way, I'm glad we talked about it. So 8-Ball Chad, the Sausage King, he was out there. None of his
nicknames are flattering.
Well, one of his customers is out in Boston. He happened to be in Boston when I'm in Boston. So I got to tell you, babe, we had an amazing date. We had.
You had another man date?
Oh my gosh.
You
dude.
haven't had a man date in a while.
By the way, 0 plans, 0 arguing, going with the flow. Right? Just doing things like, hey, you want to eat here? And he'd be like, sure. Right? And then we'd be walking. He's like, dude, let's get a snack in here. I'm like, sure. Why not? Right? I mean, nobody was complaining. He never asked me to take a picture of him. Like it was. And then we ended up, we had to get back because we walked all of Freedom Trail. We had to get back over the harbor, back to the aquarium where our hotel was kind of located. Yeah. And he's like, dude, there's a water taxi. Want to do it? I'm like, sure. Why not? So we went on a water taxi. We just, and then that night.
Listen, it's a lot less complicated when you're not juggling 2 kiddos with diaper changes and I'm hungry and where's my snack and I'm thirsty and I need to pee. And
before the kids, same thing. Still a great date. We had and then we went to dinner. We didn't argue about where we were gonna eat or what we were gonna do or can I have some of yours? Like
goodness.
It was.
Oh my goodness.
It was a fantastic date.
Oh.
And at the end of the date, just like us, I didn't get laid. So it was perfect. It was an amazing date. I'm
glad you had a lovely day.
So many people came out. So many people. When we sold out every single show, we could have sold out another one. But you know, the staff didn't want to work. They weren't able to staff.
Oh, they didn't have enough.
An extra
people.
show.
Yeah.
I will say that in this situation, I love the club.
Yeah.
I love the hotel that the club's in. Staff was non-existent.
The club is in a hotel again this week?
Yeah, it's in a hotel.
In Boston?
Really nice hotel.
Yeah.
But the staff was not nice. They were not nice. They were I saw the waitress came into our green room once.
Yeah.
They were really trying to not let me do meet and greet Friday and Saturday. And I was just, Dave and I were constantly fighting back to do meet and greet. You know?
You mean like management or like
everybody?
Everybody?
Management.
Are they not aspiring comics? I feel like it makes a difference when the staff is people who love comedy and want to do comedy.
Yeah, but you look at Jacksonville and we were talking about the staff in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Going out of their way, making sure that we felt comfortable, making sure that we had the things that we need. Yeah. They were non-existent this week, you know? And then, so they were like, well, we don't want you to do meet and greet because there's no room in the lobby. We go, okay, well, we'll go out into the hotel. Well, if you go out in the hotel, then the people coming to the second show are going to want to buy merch and take pictures with you. And then we're thinking, well, that's easier for us because then after the second show,
it's shorter. So
then there was a couple girls that came up from the line and they're like, can we get a picture? And the staff was like, no, you can't. And then I was like, no. I go, let them get a picture. And then the dude looks at me and he's like, I can't do that because if I let them, then everybody's going to go, it is a no. And I'm like, oh man. Okay.
Wow.
Like, just.
Oh, I hope the people who came to see you know that's not you.
Well,
that's what's a bummer is it is reflective of you. Like,
well, my thing is I wonder because I know that I'm low maintenance. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm not demanding. And I can't imagine how the comics that expect to be treated special, that expect special treatment, that expect to be treated a certain level, how they would feel at that club.
Yeah.
You know, so it bummed me out because the club was great. The fans were great, right? The sound was good. The stage was good. You know, it's a tight room that leads to great stand-up.
Yeah.
You know, the shows were great. Staff, if I'm being honest, you know, and I love that town.
Yeah.
I love Boston.
Oh, I was so bummed the kids and I didn't end up going.
I know, and next time
I don't want to hear you talking about your water taxi and your date with 8-Ball. I should have been on that damn water taxi.
We would have never made it. We wouldn't have been on we wouldn't have had time. There would have been some fighting and complaining. We would have stopped to take 48,000 pictures. We would have argued
about taking pictures all the time, and if we
would have argued at lunch.
You were in so few photos.
We would have argued at lunch. Why did we eat here? We're off schedule. I wanted to do this. Why didn't we do this? Why did you make me leave?
God forbid someone else have opinions.
It would have been. A-Ball had opinions.
Oh, did he?
Absolutely.
So did you do what he wanted to do?
We just went with the flow, baby. We just went, hey, don't worry about it. You want to do this? Sure. Hey, how about we try this? Okay. Like there was no arguing, no complaining.
We have little ones.
I'm just saying.
They take a nap. One of them takes a nap.
It was an awesome date. So just big shout out to 8-Ball for just a wonderful date that we had. I have to say on a personal level, and I'm gonna throw this at you next. Saturday for me, food wise, I fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
I went nuts.
When you're traveling, it's hard. It's easier when you're home.
But we're at great restaurants, and I completely ignored the salads and the grilled chickens and the salmons. And my first day there, we had dinner on Thursday. My first day there, boom, salmon, veggies, right? Good dinner, healthy. Friday woke up, same thing. I had a protein bar for breakfast. I had, for lunch, I had a salad. And then dinner, I didn't have much to eat on Friday. Yeah. Saturday, we woke up and we end up in Little Italy and sit down in an Italian restaurant. And dude, I went.
The bread, the pasta. It's all so good.
I ate bread. I ate pasta. I ate cheese. I ate prosciutto. I mean, I just went nuts. Yeah. And then, and maybe it was because Chad and I, 8-Ball, had a wonderful date together. At dinner, I mean, again.
Rub it in. All the delicious food you ate this weekend.
No, but I was really, to be honest with you, I wasn't happy.
Yeah,
like I was sad.
I don't know. I might have been happy.
After I had eaten like that, I mean, I probably ate 4,000 calories on Saturday. And then, of course, in my head, I'm like, well, I did walk almost 30,000 steps. I mean, I did walk.
Yeah. How long is the Freedom Trail?
It's like 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
Not that much. Not that many calories.
Right. But I'm sitting there. You know how you try to justify yourself. But I was just disappointed in myself in the fact that I honestly, and I'm sitting there telling myself, stay on track, eat healthy. You enjoy eating healthy. Yeah. You're going to feel better. Yeah. Okay, if I could get this. Okay, eat more bread.
You had a Renae moment. You're like, I didn't stick to the plan. I just throw in the towel. Might as well eat it all.
And I was so bummed at myself that and then it's one thing to go, okay, well, had I cheated at lunch, walked Freedom Trail, spent the day, and then for dinner.
Got it back together.
My thing, and then I did dessert. Oh, I did a.
What was it?
It was the peanut butter cup cheesecake. Stupid delicious.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Stupid delicious.
What's the crust made out of?
Like a peanut butter crust. It was delicious. But then I was mad at myself because I have been doing good. I have been losing weight, and I do feel better. Number one, physically, I feel better when I eat better. Yeah. And I feel better about myself when I eat better. Yeah. And I honestly, I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
I couldn't make myself stop.
I just think your schedule demands so much of you. Like, you demand so much of your body. You really got to help yourself out.
How have you been?
How have I been? Well, we started this episode with me grumpy because I feel fat in the plaid picnic table shirt.
I'm looking at the screen. You don't look fat, honey.
Because I hid behind the table this episode.
That's what I do. Like, I go to the bar and I do this at the bar. Like, I'm like,
look at my arms.
Yeah,
Do my arms and shoulders
when you got the dad
distract
bod, you go to the bar and you
I'm
do
like,
that.
I'm trying to hide behind the table.
Well, you look
I
good.
don't know how I did food wise. I think the number on the scale is disappointing, but it's okay. I lose it and then I put it back on and then I lose it and then I put it back on, and it's like I'm not putting it all back on. I'm still lower than I was when I started.
Yesterday I did great. All I had was shakes yesterday. And then Dave and I went to go see Everything, All the Time, All at Once.
Yes.
Amazing movie.
I tried to start it with you last night. I'm like, about halfway through? I was like, I would doze off in between. I was falling asleep, but not because it was a bad movie, just because I was tired.
And I gotta tell people, it is probably the best movie of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe the best movie I've seen in several years. You have to stick through it.
That's where I'm at. I'm sticking through it because
it's interesting, though.
You told me. I'm waiting for what's going to happen.
You watch it the whole time, and it does give you that feeling of, okay, what's next?
There will be no spoiler alerts this episode.
No spoiler alerts. But I will say that in my opinion, it has everything that makes a great movie.
Which is?
It has action. It has emotion. It has heart.
Yeah.
It has action scenes. It has funny scenes that make you laugh. It has good acting. So I'm telling you, because you're halfway through. Man, me and Dave left there and we're like, wow.
Well, the fact that you came home and you see movies all the time without me, but you were like, you got to watch this one with me. We got to watch it. And you were so quick to watch it again a second time. I was like, okay,
and not only
I'll give it a go.
I am floored at the fact that, because I was like, all right, I'll watch it because I want you to watch it and enjoy it.
Right.
It's better the second time.
Yeah.
Because you pick up on all these details that you didn't pick up before. And
Rick, have you seen it? Is Rick on mute? I wonder if Rick's seen it.
Right, but I've not seen it. I hear it's amazing.
Rick, it is the best movie dude, you have to watch it because, and it really has a lot to do, in my opinion, and I don't do it this well, but I really try to find what's the message in my stand-up.
Yeah.
And boy, there's a message.
Is there? I haven't gotten to it yet.
There is a beautiful message. And it just, when it all starts to unravel for you and you mentally get to go back in your head into the movie and you go, oh my God, yes. It really is something special.
Okay, I got to finish watching it tonight.
And I'm telling you guys, if you're looking for something to watch with your wife, watch it, and just stay the course. Enjoy it for the craziness that it is.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you're going to go, wow. So I can't wait for you to, and I get so mad too when I'm like, I really want to show Renae something. And then she's dozing off. I'm like, will you watch? Will you watch? Or she's on her phone. I'm like, put your phone down.
Well, before we started it, you were like, you got to pay attention. Like, no phone, no computer while you're watching, just watch. So I was just watching, but I was just so tired. I was dozing off.
Yeah, you were dozing off. But I was like, I go, please, just watch. Like, you're missing it, So I think we do need to go back
I think so. Yeah. Go,
10 or 15
we got to go
minutes.
back a little bit.
But man, you want to talk about a good movie. Like,
yeah.
And of course, if you're a Goonies fan,
I recognized him
right away. The Asian kid from the Goonies is one of the lead characters.
Oh, and I figured out who the daughter is. The daughter is from Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Really?
She's the girlfriend to Miss Maisel's ex-husband.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, she's awesome.
Her role is complete. I mean, she is a completely different character than who she plays in Marvelous Miss Maisel.
This movie is just, I can't say enough good things about it. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was exciting. There was absurdity. There was moments that I laughed out loud. And then again, at the end, you go, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I highly recommend. Captain Evil's going to watch it soon.
I'll finish watching
and then this is 4th of July week. So I know that we're probably not going to get the viewership that we would normally get because I would assume
people are in vacation
everybody's
mode.
getting ready to go barbecue and have their party. Not me, but other people. But we are very excited because as a family, we are going to go to Oxnard together. Uh-huh. And then Renae and I are going to... I have meetings in Los Angeles, so I have to stay.
So we got to figure out how we won't be able to do an episode next week.
Oh, yeah. We're probably going to have to... Yeah, we are.
No, well, we're going to stay in LA.
We don't leave until Thursday. The week after that.
The week after when we're... okay, got it.
So, Rick, next week we got to do a twofer. But we have to go back to California. We're gonna be there together, and then Renae is coming back, and then going to Nashville.
Yeah, I'm going on a girls' trip
Again.
I'm gonna have a girls' date again. Oh,
you're gonna have a girls' date?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a girls' date.
So how does that work? When
How does
there's
it work?
like
No, have you seen someone?
I can't even imagine 4 or 5 women together trying to make plans.
Exactly. There's a whole video floating around the internet right now about like when girls plan a trip. There's a Google document with everyone's flight plans, where we're staying, where we're having all our meals, all the reservations are made. And then guys like, hey, I'm going golfing with my friend this afternoon, and it's exactly what you're saying. But yes, one of the girls did put together a Google Doc.
Oh, cool, because y'all are all alpha bitches, dude. I can't even imagine.
Our reservations are made at the places that we would like to eat. We have an Airbnb booked. Actually, I guess people are like cracking down on Airbnbs in Nashville. Did I tell you? We had this it was called a micro hotel booked. And we were basically going to have the whole place to ourselves. I think there was one room left and they were like, we'll just throw it in. That way you girls have the place.
And they shut them down. Nothing
fancy I mean, it was really cute and Insta-worthy for sure, but not like crazy priced. And then a couple weeks ago, my girlfriend Meg that booked it said she got an email saying they're sorry they can't honor our reservation. They've been shut down by the city.
Well, I mean, Nashville has become like girl trip destination of the world, right? I mean,
oh yeah, no, it's like
every
stupidness. There's like
party.
Massive tractors that like school buses converted into tractors, and it's like bachelorettes hanging out the back of it, going down through downtown. But I think we're gonna avoid downtown completely, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and we're gonna stay in East Nashville, is where we're staying.
You're not gonna
now.
do Broadway?
I mean, I think we might go listen to some music one night, but I think for the most part, we're going to avoid that area and check out
I will
the rest.
say that, talking about good date nights, that was a good date night for me and you. We had such a good time together on Broadway.
But you and I love people watching, and you and I don't mind the chaos. It makes us laugh. Like
we would go into different bars and listen to different musicians, and we'd have a drink, and we would try to find kind of the ones that nobody wanted to be in.
But as a group of girls, I don't think I want to be in like a bar with a bunch of like gross, sweaty dudes. It's just a different energy.
Group of ladies. A group of sophisticated ladies
who have a nice civilized meal at our fancy restaurant with our reservation.
Unlimited budget. Because we have unlimited budget.
Shut your mouth.
We do what we want.
Shut your mouth.
While Steve's at work making that unlimited budget.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
I love the podcast. Did you hear that?
Allowing me to go on this podcast and supporting this time away from my family.
I have it on tape.
Lord knows I effing need it.
Well, the fucking sarcasm in your thank you was thick. It was fucking thick. Another challenge is we are trying to get.
I'm potty training Delilah.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I am. It is mentally. I don't know if emotionally is the right word. It's mentally exhausting. I think more than emotionally.
It's so hard, man. And you've got this little naked baby running around, and she peed on my feet.
Did she?
Oh my gosh, dude! I'm like we're playing together. And, Renee's like, okay, like you gotta be on it, Steve. And, run her, make sure she goes to the little potty. I go, okay, I'm on it. And then right on my feet, I pick her up and we go sit down. But
you didn't have to deal. I didn't tell you about this yesterday. You didn't have to deal with the poo in her tent with a fuzzy carpet, like just a pile of poo in pink furry carpet that I had to clean yesterday.
And I just wonder too, how other people do it. I mean, I know that
I get a lot of questions actually on my Instagram because yes, Delilah's young, but she's 18 months. But that's when we did it successfully with Garrett.
Yes, well, but Garrett could watch me pee on a tree, and he was like, I'm doing that.
I don't know why people say that boys are harder to, like, a lot of people think boys are harder. I do. I think it's easier because a boy, you're like, here, go pee outside. Like, your thing is already sticking out of you. You can easily tell when he's like,
and when you're a Trevino, it's really sticking out of you. And, but no, I remember like showing him, I'm like, dude, and I pissed on the fence. And he was like,
that's cool.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Right. So
he
was
all about it.
Yeah.
So that was easy. A girl's harder. I'm like literally running around with this little toy size potty all over the house.
And she's completely naked. So we also can't have people over and we can't leave. And,
But I looked at the calendar and I was like, if I'm going to do it, I started it when I did because I was like, we're actually home for a stretch. I'm not going to have her in a car on a road trip for an extended period of time and have to put a diaper on her. The whole idea is like I hate to call it 3-day potty training because it's most certainly not 3-day potty training. But within those first 3 days, they start to understand, like they call it elimination communication is the term for it. And so she's understanding it, but we're trying to put the panties on now and it's not going so well.
I just don't think... she's not verbalizing. She says a lot of things. She says, I love you. She says, and by the way, when I say that she's saying a lot of things, not all of it is it's still Delilah-ese, if you will.
Well, no,
right?
She says potty. She just says it when she's talking.
Well, what I'm saying is only some words she's saying very clearly, right? And very correctly. She's saying a lot of other words that we know what she's saying.
Yeah.
But they're not very clear yet. But she does say potty.
Yeah.
And she gets very proud when she pees in the potty.
Oh, but you were so quick to be like, let's just put the diaper on her and try again in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
Well, I mean, the way I see it is work on it 2 days, put her back in a diaper, work on it again next week for 2 days, and just kind of
that's not how this method works.
Into it. I understand that, and that's
and then that sends a confusing message to the child. It's okay to wear a diaper sometimes, and it's okay to pee in the potty sometimes.
Well, and I also think I don't disagree with you, and I also think that one of the reasons that it might be easier with girls is that she thinks her panties are really cute, right? And she now wants to wear certain shoes, and she wants her sparkly boots, and So I think that I don't think she wants to wear a diaper. She'd rather be in colorful chonies.
It's just hard because you can definitely sense that diaper is her sense of security. Because day one, someone was coming over to work here in the house, and it was when my folks were here, and my dad was like, you are not having a naked baby running around while there's another man in this house. And so he had my mom put a diaper on her. Yeah, yes. And he had my mom put a diaper on her, and the minute the diaper went on, she
she's like,
did
sweet.
It. Yeah. It's
nice.
A sense of security. So I can't. It's hard. I'm powering through. I'm committed to powering through.
It is hard, and that's one thing that I will say that is amazing about you is that you do your research, you do figure it out, and then And
then I start when you're gone.
No, I back you up. That's not fair.
You did get home and back me up, but I feel like I'm both kiddos. I made sure to start while you were on the road.
I would never go on strike. I back you up 100% because if you make a decision, even if I don't like that decision, as a team, we should back each other up. Don't you agree?
Thank you for.
Don't you agree?
Being committed to this.
Don't you agree? But your parents did get to come.
Yeah. And it was good because my mom, the cool thing about this potty training method is it's exhausting that you have to you cannot take your eyes off this toddler and you're following this toddler around. But I feel like in the last couple of days, I've really gotten in some good quality time with Delilah because I just kind of cleared my schedule and I knew this was going to be my project.
Well, and we've been lucky. I mean, I did take this week off, so it is nice that even though we are, finishing up cleaning details and stuff at the house, and you finally, are you going to show off the patio?
It's not done yet.
And the crazy part, we're, after all the fighting and after everything we've been through,
You
on
have
this
a patio
podcast,
for 4th of July.
we are making the old furniture work, and after all the fucking bullshit.
Well, listen, because the pillows and the things on the wall and the bar cart and the chairs and the umbrellas, all that stuff adds up.
And let's not even remember. So Renae got these chairs from Home Depot.
I ordered them through Home Depot, yes, but they're leisure-made chairs.
We had Don and her son Zachary, who's 14 years old, and I have always, my philosophy on things is that, and I do this with my son, where I go, hey, they're probably gonna fail, but let them fail. That's how you learn. Like, I don't want to be the dad or the person that's on top of, because then you get nervous. My dad was like that. My dad was always on top of me and don't do that and watch out and slow down and you're.
Yeah, but then you were like the extreme opposite, and you're just like completely hands off.
Yes.
And I think it's important to remember that sometimes people need a little guidance.
I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, like I said, like the way that you learn is by doing.
Sure.
The way that you learn is by making mistakes.
Sure.
The reason that I am so knowledgeable at this age is because I made a lot of mistakes.
Absolutely.
And I've learned from my mistakes. So Zachary was here. He's such a great kid, Don's kid, and his summer's kind of been turned upside down because they left California, where where her husband was stationed, to come back to Texas, and he's staying here with us. I said, you know what? I said, Zachary, I'll pay you to put together the lounge chairs.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, 5 hours later, he's still trying to put them together. But also
sweating it out in the garage in the Texas heat.
But I wanted him to start something on his own, finish it, right, and figure it out. So a friend of ours from Louisiana came in, Trey and Selena, and Trey's not a little guy. I mean,
he has a man bod or dad bod. He has a dad bod like yours, but taller. What? He's like a whole foot taller than you.
He's like Rick size.
Yeah.
Rick, you're Rick. Rick, you're what? 6'3", 6'4"?
6'4".
Okay, so he's probably, if I were to guess, 6'2", 6'3". Big guy.
Yeah.
We had burgers and hot dogs, and the kids swam in the pool, and in the evening we all kind of sat on the veranda. Is that what it's called? The veranda.
No, that's not what it's called.
And so Trey takes the lounger, puts it down, sits on the corner of it, and it just fucking breaks, dude.
Completely cracks.
And then we
looked,
and Zachary forgot to put a screw. There was a bolt missing from exactly where he
sat, right where he sat.
And Trey was like, "No, I'm sorry, dude. I'll pay for it."
I was cracking up because he goes, "Why can't that happen to the skinny girl?"
Why's it gonna happen to me, man?
That's the worst feeling in the world, is like breaking a chair. I was with someone once and a chair broke, and I was like so mortified for them. I felt so bad that now, to this day, I like sit on a chair that wobbles, and I'm like,
your fat ass ain't breaking that shit.
I was sitting in this chair.
But I told him, dude, don't even worry about it, man. I go, we just got them. We can return them. So we did return them, and I'm going to put them together this time. Old poor Zachary, he felt so bad. He's like, well, I couldn't get to screw it.
It was a tricky one. It was one that had like, I don't know what you refer to that, what that part is called, but it's like, it had it wasn't a regular bolt on the end of it. It was like,
but again, I think that stuff like that doesn't bother me because, Zachary learned to put things together.
Yeah.
And he's going to learn from his mistakes, and you're going to, like Garrett, I don't micromanage Garrett.
Yeah.
I let him grow up. I let him do things. I let him, and it's always so funny to me that, and I make sure that I don't do that. when Garrett gets in my mule, he's been driving it since he was 5. He was driving it when he couldn't even sit down and reach the pedals.
Well, he still can't. He has to stand to drive it.
He stands up and drives it, right? And I've never gone, be careful, don't hit something. Right? Because our parents do that.
Yeah.
Right? We get in the car and our parents go, don't get in a wreck.
Oh, every time I'm driving back to New Braunfels from visiting my parents, I get a text message that says, don't speed.
Well, that's different. But, your license is almost suspended. But when you tell a kid, that gets on the mule, hey, don't wreck. Well, no shit, dude. Garrett doesn't get in the mule thinking to himself, man, I can't wait to wreck this thing.
Yeah.
Right? If he wrecks, it's because it's an accident.
Yeah.
He's not trying to wreck, right? But I do give him guidance as to, hey, pay attention. Look around.
Yeah.
Make sure before you reverse that there's nothing behind you, right? That's the kind of direction I give him. I don't give him don't hit something. Well, of course, don't hit something.
Yeah.
He's not planning on fucking hitting something, So Garrett's been amazing on his dirt bike. He's been amazing on the mule because, we go through hey, here's the things to think about.
Yeah.
Here's the things to think about. Here's if you find yourself in a situation on the dirt bike, right, what to do. But other than that, hey, be safe. Well, no shit, dude.
Yeah.
Right? My parents would tell me that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, be safe tonight. Well, yeah, I don't plan on going to jail.
I don't know. I think, and I'm on the other side. I think that young kids, even teenage kids, need reminders. Make good choices.
Look, Garrett gets on a big, very big zero turn.
Yeah.
And he cuts the yard. And we have people drive by and they're like, they'll stop. How old is your kid? I'm like, he's 6. And he's cutting the yard by himself. I'm like, well, not by himself.
Yeah.
I'm out here watching. Now, by the time he's 7, I expect him to be doing it by himself.
Ooh,
7 or 8.
That scares me. Okay, 8.
But I don't think people give kids the credit that they deserve.
Well, sure. That's the whole thing with potty training this early too. It's the same
She
idea.
can do it. She's smart.
It's going to be tough for a couple of weeks, but she'll do it.
I know she can do it, and I know that she's also smart enough to do it. And same thing with Garrett, right? Where it's like, dude, you're smart enough to do it, right? And by the way, if something happens, we just take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm
just going to have a mountain of laundry for the next couple of months.
But I'm also not the dad too that if Garrett drops a glass on the floor and water goes everywhere, I'm not what did you do?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
It's, hey man, you made a mistake. Now you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Go get a towel. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes. Go clean it up.
Yeah.
But guess what? Maybe we need to pay attention.
But don't eat red food on my white couch.
Oh, poor guy Renae was freaking out on him because he was eating cherries.
On the outdoor patio furniture.
You're gonna get cherries. You're gonna get cherries all over the fucking cushions.
No, I didn't. I was he had a massacre across his face from the cherries and the hands. I was like, step away
He was all
from the
stained,
couch.
dude. Even
This
morning he woke up and his lips were still cherry stained on the side. And I'm like, this kid's having a badass summer. Which, by the way, now, golly, all the camps. Every kid's at camp.
Yeah.
Dude, I was throwing rocks at Tim Martinez at my grandma's house.
Yeah, well, but you weren't 4 or 5. You can't legally leave a 6-year-old by themselves.
No, and we were little at my grandma's house. And grandma didn't give a fuck what we were doing, dude. She was in there gambling, smoking cigarettes, and drinking whiskey with her girlfriends. That's the kind of grandma I grew up with. And if you think I'm joking, I'm not.
I say my girls' trip's a little different, not the same thing.
I remember my grandma's friend. She was the only woman I had ever seen with a tattoo.
Oh, funny.
My grandma had
an old wrinkly tattoo.
Old lady with tattoos, and I was like, I've never seen a woman with a tattoo, much less a grandma. That's a grandma with a tattoo. It was so trippy to me as a kid. But I also think that, I am the man that I am today a lot of reasons because of the things that I didn't have.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say because you were there while crazy old ladies were playing bingo, smoking.
I saw some gangster shit, bruh. But you know, I want to make sure that there are moments where Garrett doesn't have things.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, there are several weeks where we're not doing camp. You're staying at home. You have a great home.
With your comfortable tablet.
We're going to do some work. I'm going to put you to work.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to figure it out at home.
Yeah.
You know, and I make him run errands with me, right? So
I feel like that's really valuable.
Yes.
That's really valuable. And part of the sad thing about COVID is that was taken away, and those are such valuable learning moments. It's just like having your kid out running errands with you and interacting with people.
You know, I take him to change the oil. I take him to rotate tires. I take him to go, you know, pick things up at the hardware store or whatever.
Otherwise, I have no idea that those things even have to be done.
They got to be done.
Yeah.
And you have to have patience, and it's part of life is going around taking care of things.
Well, and sadly, I think about it. Like Garrett was born in California. The grocery store was on the corner. Like I'd push the stroller, you know, or we'd go in the car if I was buying a lot. But like Garrett went with me to the grocery store like all the time. I do curbside now. Like Delilah doesn't even go in the grocery store. She doesn't have that experience all the time. It's different. It's weird.
We have to teach our kids that, hey, cleaning the house, you know, maintaining the yard, going on errands is all part of life.
Yeah.
It's all part of life, and you got to learn to deal with it because you're going to get older and you're not going to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know how to handle it. So those are lessons that I have to teach my son. It's like, hey, dude, the oil needs to be changed.
Yeah.
And I got to take it to get the oil changed. And we're going to go.
Yeah.
And we're going to sit down in the fucking lobby of the car dealership, right? And we're going to hang out. You know, and those are a lot of times that I enjoyed. That now that I look back on spending the day with my
your dad.
You know, dad would pick me up, or dad would wake up and go, "Hey, Saturday morning, man, we gotta go. I gotta go buy new tires. Gotta rotate the tires. We're gonna go do that. We're gonna stop at the hardware store. We're gonna get things that we need.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're gonna go have lunch together. You know, a quick lunch, and then we're gonna go home. But, you know, that was time spent with my father.
Yeah.
And I think parents nowadays go, "Well, I don't want them to have to go do that." Well, you're not teaching them that eventually they're going to have to.
No, it's hard when they're but it's hard when they're little and you've got multiple and you're loading them in and out of car seats. Like that's when it's hard.
Even though it's hard, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the hardest part about parenting. Number one, punishing yourself, right? There's times you have to punish yourself. You know, I was talking to Tim, who's like a brother to me. Christian got in big trouble. I'll tell you about that later. That's why they're not coming this weekend.
Oh.
Because Christian desperately wanted to come here. That's what he really, really wanted.
So that's what got taken away.
That's what got taken away.
Why are you going to take it away from us, too?
I know. That's what I told him. I was like, what the hell? But I understand, you know, Tim being a good dad and going,
yeah,
guess
making
what?
that call.
I got to make this sacrifice to teach my son a lesson.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the hardest part about punishing yourself, and then also spending time to teach.
Yeah.
Right. You know, when I'm working on a project, and Garrett comes out, and I'm working with Garrett, I go, man, this project's going to take me 2 times, 3 times, maybe 4 times longer than normally it would take, but I got to teach Garrett.
Yeah.
I got to show Garrett how to do it. I got to give him an opportunity to try to do it himself, you know? So it's all part of the process. But what a great episode. We went so many emotions.
Yeah. We didn't fight.
We did. We could have fought.
We could have fought. We avoided a fight. Next episode, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a picnic later tonight.
No, I'm returning my rental clothes. You know what? No, actually, I got to go shopping because this was going to be my 4th of July outfit, and it is not working.
I'm going to wear the same tank top
you wore last year and the year before. You do
and
have
the same
one with
hat.
Stars and Stripes. Yep. I'll pull it out for you.
Well, we love you guys. Please continue to share. And SteveTrevino.com. We are adding shows in Austin, Texas. We're adding shows in Dallas. We've added shows in San Antonio. We've added shows in Chicago. We've added
Houston.
shows in Phoenix and Houston. And we added Tucson, Arizona. And we're doing, I can't wait. I forgot to tell you.
What?
The club I'm doing in Minneapolis is the Mall of America.
I thought we weren't going.
as a kid, all you ever heard about was the Mall of America. So that's where it is. So maybe we should talk about
road tripping it, maybe?
Well, I don't think we can road trip. It's
No?
far.
Yeah, that is fun.
But with a lot of dates coming up, please check them out. And please continue to share, continue to support.
Yes, thank you. Everybody have a happy and safe 4th. I couldn't say that. 4th of July.
Yes, and God bless America. We'll see you guys next time.